to be outside performing burial every day.
Mike Arnold has done by revealing some of the lies that have been told by RENO OMOKRI, according to him, over the years with pictures, is that he has also revealed to the fact that he's not a man of integrity.
Okay. You called somebody for a fact-finding mission. The person gave a report of a fact-finding mission. Why are we disagreeing?
Fact-finding mission, a trip aimed at addressing international claims that Christians are being systematically wiped out in Nigeria.
Why should it be? You don't want America to come here and say anything about terrorism, but you want their money? That doesn't make sense to me whatsoever.
Nigerian government came out openly and denied there is no massacre, there is no genocide of Christians in Nigeria, and look at it today.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Plan B TV News, Gist and Blog. A lot of you know it is no longer news that there are Christian genocide in Nigeria, like they are mass buying of Christians. They go, if you are a Christian, it's a crime for you to live in Nigeria, except you are living in a protected area. But if you are living in any villages where there are no much security, all this government, the APC government, will just send machineries and they will just wipe you out. This is not an allegation. This is not an allege. This is what is happening in Nigeria. The weevil that is eating them up is within them. I'm not saying is this, is that, is this, but I know that it is within the APC. All of you know how they came into power, how they established this BK and the fulani, trying to destabilize the reign and the terrain of Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. But unfortunately, they could not contain the evil that they started after they kicked him out of the office and they took over power since 2015. And thereafter, the Islamization of Nigeria begins. They start buying, bombing churches and doing all of this. But it becomes too obvious. Thank God for digital life that we are living. Thank God for social media. It is easier for you to record and post. They have did all their best to censor social media so that if these APC people send this Mieti Allah or whatsoever they send them after you to buy you, you cannot record and post. They have raised several motions, trying to select Nigeria, weak by you, don't cry out. But unfortunately, we thank God that this particular man have made several videos and it have gotten to American and a lot of that. So in order to defend Nigeria, the Nigerian senators and they collide together to send the delegates to the American parliament to defend themselves. RENO OMOKRI, on the other hand, in order to defend its principle, Bola Ahmed Tinubu and their regime invited Jegis and Mike Arnold, for fact-finding missions so that they will come over and say, don't listen to Nigerians. All those videos you are seeing, it's all lies. They are lying. Don't mind them. Nigerians are still lying. They are gullible. Just come and investigate. That was what he said. These are fact-finding. Just as sometimes if you post videos or pictures on social media, they'll say fact check. And they can block that video or pictures because you lied. But these fact-finding missions, they came and they do their investigation, and the investigation result skyrocketed, and it becomes another gbas in the face of Nigerian cabals. And I want you guys to watch this particular video on how this man came out to narrate, to elaborate that this fact-finding mission, what I saw, and at the end of the day, I want you guys to understand that RENO OMOKRI was monk on this particular video. I want you guys to watch it with me on Arise TV News. We'll be right back.
Let's now turn our attention to a controversial development as a former mayor of Blanco, Texas, Mike Arnold, has accused former presidential aide RENO OMOKRI of being a pathological, habitual, calculating, self-serving liar, alleging that he was deceived and manipulated by OMOKRI during their personal and professional encounters. The allegations have sparked significant attention on social media platforms. Well, Arnold made the allegation in a lengthy post on X, recounting his experience with OMOKRI in Kenya, Texas, and Nigeria. The accusations include claims about fabricated luxury car ownership, unfulfilled promises of high-level meetings, and misrepresentation of Arnold's identity during media appearances. Among the specific allegations, Arnold claimed OMOKRI promised meetings with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu, and the Sultan of Sokoto during a recent trip to Nigeria, but none materialized. He also alleged on live television Omokri falsely called him the current mayor of Blanco, Texas, and claimed he's a personal friend of Ted Cruz, both of which Arnold denies. Most seriously, Arnold accused Omokri of downplaying violence against Christians in Nigeria. Let's take a look.
I am going to quote, not a journalist, but an authority apparently. How to identify a hypocrite? Their voice is so loud, condemning injustice against Muslims in USA, yet very silent in condemning genocide of Christians in Nigeria. And that person that said that a couple years ago was RENO OMOKRI, and he's multiple quotes, tweets like that. He made this a very big issue about Christian genocide in Nigeria not that long ago. And according to all the observers and all the organizations and watchdogs, they say it has not improved, that the death toll is higher. So I don't know what's dramatically changed, that he was adamantly, repeatedly calling it a Christian genocide in Nigeria. The only thing I know that's changed is the administration and his employer. So.
Wow, this story has gone viral. I mean, RENO OMOKRI went on to say that, he doesn't have an employer, but I'll take some reactions on X. This is from Mayor of Crypto, who wrote, "You never had any problems with RENO till he spoke the truth that there is no genocide against Christians in Nigeria. This is the problem with over religious folks. You are tearing another man down just because he disagrees with you." Well, Murphy wrote, "I took my time to read your message," that is to Arnold, "from top to bottom, and honestly, you are spot on. RENO has proven time and again to be the perfect example of a two-faced individual. One minute he's preaching morals, the next he's defending the indefensible. He talks from every side of his mouth, bending his narrative to whatever benefits him at the moment. You simply can't take him seriously. He stands for nothing unless it feeds his ego or political bias." Well, RENO OMOKRI was on our nightly news program, Newsnight, where he described Arnold as the current mayor of Blanco, Texas, and dismissed claims of a Christian genocide in Nigeria as ludicrous, while acknowledging that killings are occurring across both Christian and Muslim communities. Let's take a look before we come back to discuss.
I was able to get Mayor Mike Arnold, a Republican elected mayor from the state of Texas, who is personally friends with Senator Ted Cruz and Gregory Abbott, and also an associate with President Trump. And I invited him over to Nigeria for fact-finding. Not just him, I invited also a filmmaker. I wanted them to see for themselves. So I invited these two gentlemen here, and before they came, they briefed Senator Ted Cruz and Congressman Chip Roy, and they're here. This whole idea of a Christian genocide in Nigeria is ludicrous. Yes, there are killings of Christians in Nigeria, and anybody who denies that will be, frankly, a dishonest person. But then, there are also killings going on in the Muslim arena. I mean, I hate to say this, but only recently we had killings at a mosque in Katsina. We had killings at another mosque in Zamfara. And if you have these terrorists go to a state like Benue and they hit people there, obviously most of the victims will be Christians. Why? Because Benue is a Christian-dominated state. If they hit in Zamfara, most of the victims will be Muslims. So there's no Christian genocide, and to prove it, I've invited this gentleman for fact-finding.
Right.
All right. I mean, RENO OMOKRI there is also stressing the claims of the federal government, saying that, there is no Christian genocide in Nigeria. These terrorists attack Muslims, and mosques have been burnt as well as churches. Muslims have been killed. And he also had, the imam there as well. But your thoughts on all of the conversations so far, especially on social media, and from the current mayor of I know he's not. Of course, I'm making a joke. I'm from the current mayor of Blanco, as RENO OMOKRI has alleged. This guy has come to say, listen, this man is talking with two sides of his mouth. He even posted videos, pictures, and a picture of RENO OMOKRI saying that, I think he visited him sometime in Texas, and then he posted his Rolls Royce or something like that. Your thoughts?
That was his.
Ruby on fire.
That was his friend's vintage car that he claimed he
vintage
posted.
car. We had that picture.
Every water, he prepares a table before me. Yeah. Okay, moving on. See, as regards this conversation of genocide, I've always been of the view, and this is my view, that across religious lines, across Nigerians generally, people are being killed. All right? And the fact that people are being killed is even a sad indictment on Nigeria as a country. So rather than us trying to go and lobby, we should be crying in shame that Nigerians are being slaughtered. Christians, Muslims. In Christian communities, yes, there's been heavy killings. You remember what happened in a community in Jos around last Christmas? Yeah. Heavy killings. Second point, you called somebody for a fact-finding mission. The person gave a report of a fact-finding mission. Why are we disagreeing? A day before, in the television, you said that these people were brought in for a fact-finding mission. They have given their report. Why are we disagreeing? If Mayor Blanco said, based on his fact-finding, he's written a report that he saw Christian genocide over the years, that's the report of the committee that you set up for fact-finding mission. I don't know when we started doing fact-finding mission in Nigeria for something that is happening in America, or is it because we want to go and send the likes of Mayor Blanco that he says friend to Ted Cruz? I'm not sure it's that close to Ted Cruz. I'm not sure it's that close to associate of Trump. So why are we disagreeing with the fact-finding mission? That's the part I don't even understand here. And you see these attempts to play politics with the blood of human beings. Let's be careful. Human blood, and that's why I was quick to speak yesterday about the pardon. Human blood is not what we can play propaganda with. Please, when we are doing propaganda, when lives are involved, please, let's just move away from propaganda about human blood. Because the blood will ask questions. And we should be very careful. So I don't see anything Mayor Arnold has done by exposing the report of his fact-finding mission. You brought him in to do fact-finding. He said he has evidence. He has released all the evidence. And this has even complicated Nigerian government matter. So if these people were brought in by those close to the government, this is an own goal. Just like one of my friends will say, "Oh, tigba penalty law throwing gang." Own goal.
All right.
So please, with due respect,
yes,
what we should now do is to focus on the killings that is going on.
This is the point.
And how we can bring resolution. And people should stop all of this propaganda. If they want to go and meet with their American authorities and plead their own case, they should go ahead and do it. But all of this shenanigans on our national TV, see, for the second part that a lot of people want me to talk about as regards they lie to me, they don't lie to me.
Both of them.
When Mayor Arnold and RENO OMOKRI were enjoying themselves,
yes,
and visiting each other's homes and hosting each other,
going to Kenya and all this.
I was not there.
Yes.
When they were inviting each other for birthday, I was not there. Their matter, it doesn't concern me. Right. It's because things are not good amongst them. That's why we are hearing the truth. Yeah. When it's not that when the mayor came into Nigeria and they invited him, he called me to tell me that I'm here. That's their personal matter.
All right.
The matter that concerns me,
yes,
it's a national matter. Don't do propaganda on the bloods of people. Let's say it the way it is.
Yes.
Now, you listen to what Rufai Hussaini said. I also want you guys to listen to the other lady, what she said in all of this. We'll be right back.
Mike Arnold has done by revealing some of the lies that have been told by RENO OMOKRI, according to him, over the years, with pictures, is that he has also revealed to the fact that he's not a man of integrity. Okay. And also, when that happens, is that it discredits the person, especially what you stand for and what you say. I say this because RENO OMOKRI is known to be very vocal about matters in Nigeria, about personalities in Nigeria. He has been accused, silently in different quarters as being, oh, okay, you play for this side. Many people, when it comes to politics, can change the direction of their view. But when you come with concrete, it doesn't speak very well of the integrity of a man who, in many cases, wants to speak up for issues that are pertinent to Nigerians. And I think it's important to highlight that fact. When your words or your actions have been discredited in such a bold and public manner, it means that in the future, people cannot take your words seriously. It means that when you speak up, and that's why we talk about people who are supporting this administration and government and saying many things, it means that the next time he posts an X that goes viral, you take it with a pinch of salt. It means that sometimes when he's, because your antecedents can qualify what or how we believe what you say in the future. And this is it's hurting, because he's also been a big advocate of discrediting the words of the US, saying that Nigeria Christian genocide is happening. So what does it mean? It means we want to take a closer look actually and think, if you've been lying about a lot of things in the past, why should we take you seriously and why should we believe what you're saying now? And I think he owes an apology to many of his followers that he deceived in the cause of misrepresenting himself with Mr. Mike Arnold. This is what happens when you're not playing with just Nigerians. If you're doing international propaganda, you have to be very careful, because when it's time, they will bring receipts and they'll discredit everything that you have done that is not correct.
Some of you might still not understand the whole incident and everything that happened. I want you guys to watch this particular video of Arise TV News with Mark Arnold, what he said in this video from the Fat Family. We'll be right back.
I don't understand why a nation that's as mineral rich and growing as Nigeria has to go and beg from Uncle Sam for help serving their own people. Nigerians have plenty of resources to help these people get back, or at least get something where they can have stability and a life. Now they're denied, they're ground down, they're called criminals, they're called vagrants. Their homes are bulldozed with no warning. It's a horrific life that these people are living. And nobody's here. I mean, why should it be? You don't want America to come here and say anything about terrorism, but you want their money? That doesn't make sense to me whatsoever.
So I know it will still be very difficult for you guys to comprehend everything that is happening. So I want you guys to watch this Mimi Yakin girl, what she said, in order to make breakdown the things that happened from she bring it all together to explain in details what actually happened. And I want you guys to watch the video. We'll be right back.
Alright guys, let's break this down, because not everyone has the patience to sit through a 26-minute video. So straight to the gist. RENO OMOKRI had invited Mike Arnold and an American filmmaker, Jeff Gibbs, through the office of National Security Advisor Newu Rabadu to Abuja for what he described as fact-finding mission, a trip aimed at addressing international claims that Christians are being systematically wiped out in Nigeria. So what started as a fact-finding mission quickly escalated into a clash of narratives, with Mike Arnold accusing RENO OMOKRI of twisting details, overstating facts, and manipulating the story. So, according to RENO OMOKRI, he brought these men to Nigeria to help correct what he called false and exaggerated claims of Christian genocide. He said Nigeria is a multi-faith nation where both Christians and Muslims are victims of terrorism, and that labeling it as genocide is misleading and dangerous. The plan was for the team to meet with religious leaders, visit IDP camps, and gather facts that could shape US policy, especially the calls to designate Nigeria as a country of particular concern. But when Mike Arnold took the stage in Abuja, he delivered a fiery speech that flipped the entire narrative. Arnold began by clarifying that he is not the current mayor of Texas, but a former mayor of Blanco, Texas, now working as an independent researcher and humanitarian, that his plane ticket was paid for, not by the US government. He said he is not compensated by anyone. He made it clear, I am an independent voice, as against RENO's misrepresentation as a US policymaker. Arnold said US officials, including Senator Ted Cruz and Representative Chip Roy, were aware of his visit, and that he came to Nigeria purely as a truth seeker, not a government envoy. He said, when I was invited, I asked what was expected of me, and I was told, come and speak the truth. So I am here to speak the truth. Then he looked straight into the audience and said, I might lose some friends today. At that point, RENO OMOKRI knew it was about to go down. Arnold went on to define truth in his own words. He said, truth should cause discomfort. Truth is not designed to make us comfortable. I have been researching. I have spoken to journalists, human rights activists, and experts, and the truth is often ugly. He warned the crowd, never take anybody's news for anything, especially if it's from the Nigerian media. Just imagine that. An X-ray of the Nigerian media. After that, Arnold turned his focus on RENO OMOKRI. He said RENO had painted him as a Republican mayor and a personal friend of Senator Ted Cruz. But Arnold corrected that publicly. I am not a personal friend of Ted Cruz. I met him once, shook his hand in a receiving line 10 years ago. That's it. He also accused RENO of twisting details from how the trip was organized to who funded it in order to give himself political clout. Arnold said RENO wanted to appear connected to powerful figures in the US, but in truth, the trip was privately funded and independent of Washington. And in a separate post, Arnold called RENO a pathological, habitual liar who tells calm, cool, constant lies, not wild ones, but small manipulations that change perception. But the heart of Arnold's accusation wasn't just about names or flights. It was about truth suppression. He claimed RENO was trying to water down evidence of targeted violence against Christians in Nigeria, presented it as random attacks rather than a pattern of persecution. Arnold said his own fact-finding research carried weight of evidence gathered from 5 years of interviews, visits to affected areas, and reports from human rights experts. He declared, my people are waiting for this report, and it will be distributed to everyone. In other words, Arnold promised to take his findings back to the US to show that something serious, possibly genocide, is indeed happening. In all this, RENO called for the truth, paid for the ticket, and ended up sponsoring his own exposure. It's the truth at the time. Take care and have a nice day.
They said you cannot lie to 3 people in this world. Now, the 3 people you cannot lie to in this earth that exists, you can't lie to them, is you, yourself, God, and the devil. These 3 people knows that you are lying. You either know you are lying because you are the one that is telling lies, or God knows, or the devil knows. But unfortunately, the APC knows that they are lying, but they wanted to defend themselves. At the end of the day, they exposed themselves. In the anyway, these are the videos that they're hiding from you, like the massacres and the genocide upon the Christians in Nigeria. And I want you guys to watch it.
We are tired to be outside performing burial every day, and they expect us to silence. Now is an order. Nigerian government came out openly and denied there is no massacre, there is no genocide of Christians in Nigeria. And look at it today. Is there any Muslim here? United Nations, I know you're watching me. American Senate, you are watching what I'm doing, I'm saying here. Special advisor to Trump. Now, please tell Trump to save our life in Nigeria. They are killing Christians in Nigeria, massacre Christians. If they say they kill Muslims, these Muslims are being killed. By who? By Muslims.
This is just a short clip from it. There are several videos I would love to talk about because of time, because of, I'm exhausted, doing my daily job, trying to make videos is kind of exhausted anyway. But sometimes I don't just know, before you talk about this video, before you even finish the editing and all of that, another news have come up and this one looks old and you want to quickly jump on it before the trend finish. Before you jump on this, it's just like that, and it's quite difficult to even finish the editing. And anyway, it's on me, so I'm just trying to wrap it up so that you guys understand that, okay, some people are saying it's old news, old news, old news. It's not easy, my brother, it's not easy. Anyway, if you're a full-time blogger, it is more easier for you to make videos, spend time to edit it. It's not a problem from you. But if you have other activities you are doing daily, it's really stressful. So before you finish this one, another one don't come. You felt like this one is trending. Let me pause this one first. Let me quickly do this one. Before you do this one, it's stressful anyway. But am I complaining? I just want to appreciate you guys for your love, for your support. May God continue to bless you. So what are your thoughts about this particular video you just watched? What do you think about RENO OMOKRI? Everybody knows that his word is not counting. So his word is like that of a seed that you planted upon the rock. So it's not solid. RENO OMOKRI, Daniel Boella, and the other one is him, Makade. I don't know. I forgot his full name. Those people, you cannot take their word from nothing. They were the one that were crying out, calling out Tinubu, is, calling him all kinds of names. He's a drug lord. Is that. Oh, Tinubu can never rule this country. He's old. He should retire. He should do that. Mainly Tinubu appoint them. They're not the one defending Tinubu. Tinubu use these people. They don't know. They thought that, oh, we are just getting appointment. But Tinubu knows that all the matter when they talk bad things about me, I give an appointment, I go to clean them up. That's what Tinubu did to them. But to themselves, it's just like, hey, we gotten a job. Anyway, I rest my case here. I love you guys. God love you more. Until we meet again. But then, comment your thoughts in the comment section. Give these videos a thumbs up if you enjoy it. If you have not subscribed, I don't know what you're waiting for. If you do, turn on your notification bell. Until we meet again. Love you guys. Peace out.
The muka me genda mbaben henga goda de yare yichi mi du saga ba de era monam ta mai ne wata henga mana do ko piaw e ko jishi yesu ya e horma nyoma e ko jishi yesu e ko kwani bari ne wuzi me heda ki ku ba o kwazi ame o to winge da me al hal wa sheme genda to dai beri ere de wachu agunga to dizia hianyi kuma du genda ho ara heba bimashi amara dari ba bi mai de orai to bine de hwa gba pa o mani hwa gba pa o shebide ba gula bare aye bere bai de basa gwela bare bere bai de ba de era ibe